Help the Crotch Shot Radio Show grow and thrive by doing something you already do. Shop on Amazon. Amazon always has great deals for whatever you are looking for. From survivalists and riot gear to beanie babies. Next time you're going to shop at Amazon, use my link. The prices stay the same, but I get credit for the sale. Just go to tinyurl.com/LouisB and just shop normally, knowing that you're helping support the Crotch Shot Radio Show. That's tinyurl.com/LouisB.
Warning.
This show contains mature content. Listener discretion is advised.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
One angry New York City Puerto Rican decided to start a radio show, determined to piss the world off by shoving a mirror in front of society's face. He kicked them in the balls.
What are you? Who are you?
This is the Crotch Shot Radio Show. Crotch Shot Radio Show.
This is not a test. This is a broadcast transmission.
We're going to stay on the air.
And now, Louis B.
Yeah, welcome to the Crotch Shot Radio Show, where we kick the issues in the balls. We are on an active war against bullshit. We would do anything and everything to expose bullshit. The ends sometimes justify the means. So if you're angry and want the truth exposed, then strap in and prepare to be shocked. This is Smash Mouth Talk. If you can't accept that, then fuck off. I'm your host, Louis B. I takes no bullshit from nobody. I actually expose the bullshit of society and chop it up into easy to digest chunks for you. Today won't be any different. Today we're going to be talking about, do men have agency over their own bodies? Are men allowed, and by that I mean, are men allowed to choose who they want to date? Are they allowed to choose who they are attracted to? Are they allowed to choose who they are willing to have sex with? But before, let's get started with some jokes here. Hey, lately I've been hearing about this guy named Tekashi 6ix9ine, and apparently he's in the Bloods gang. I don't know if you guys heard about this. My question is, how did he get into the Bloods? Is he an affirmative action hire? That's just something I need to know. Honestly, you guys know I do a lot of online dating, and it's a dark day when fat girls on Plenty of Fish hit me up trying to sell me their premium Snapchat. Like, can we make a rule? If your BMI is higher than 30, you're a hoe for free. And as some of you know, if you're especially in New York City, the Puerto Rican Day Parade was this past Sunday. And, for the longest time, June was the Puerto Rican, it was Puerto Rican everything month, because you had a lot of festivals going on in June. Between here and Chicago, it was like Puerto Rican festivals in all 5 boroughs of New York City. And now recently, of course, another big thing, which totally overshadowed the Puerto Ricans, us Puerto Ricans, Gay Pride. So, hey, LGBT people, can we just have June to ourselves? Sincerely, Puerto Ricans. P.S. You guys can have February, because no one gives a fuck about February. So, What the fuck is it? So, anyways, the conference between Trump and Kim Jong Il started, and the Trump Kim Jong Un saga is more nerve wracking. Is a more nerve wracking will they won't they than damn it. The Trump Kim Jong Un saga is the most nerve wracking will they won't they event since Will and Grace. So, oh goodness, I had to set that up. Starbucks decided last month to allow guests to hang out all day and or use the bathroom or otherwise take up space without having to buy anything. Now Starbucks is raising prices to cover it. On the bright side, this will help liberals understand how conservative people feel when we have to pay taxes for their pet illegals. Yep. I fucking went there. Eat a dick. I went there. So anyways, today's the main topic, as I started to open up the show before. Do men have agency over their own bodies? In a social justice warrior world, political correctness where there is an attack on straight males, the left wants to take away many choices by using shaming tactics. And, and I'm not just going to be talking about the obvious, they want us to sleep with gays and trans and stuff. They want to shame us for having preference. And it is a one-way. It is a double standard. But before we get started, I want to play. Some song. Take a quick break. This is Section 8 Cartel with their song Schizoid. The love in your veins. Can you kill me now? Can we work things out? Will I be the last to know? Everyone will feel my curse. Everyone will hurt the most. Everyone will suffer now. When you're 6 feet underground. That was Section 8 Cartel with their song Schizoid. Check them out on Facebook. Just search for Section, the number 8 Cartel. This is the Crotch Out Radio Show, kicking the issues right in the balls. A full frontal attack on society. We're back to the topic here. Do men have agency over their own bodies? It really seems like how society's trying to shame us into sleeping with people that most straight men would not want to. By using shaming language like homophobic, transphobic, being shallow. And they try to they start these body shaming movement, these do not fat shame, or these other shaming movements, and stuff like that. But it's like, in fear of jumping ahead of myself, you cannot fight nature. If a man is naturally attracted to a woman, he's going to want a woman. He's going to want someone he's going to be able to have babies with someday. Otherwise, you're just fucking masturbating. I mean, it's that useless. You're just gonna be shooting a tray up another person's asshole and not get pregnant, and like it's And I'm not talking about, look, if you like trans, if you like gay, mazel tov. Like, it's up to you. But the what I'm specifically talking about is how these blog posts and people from the left are trying to push this thing to force men to want to sleep with either gays or transvestites, transsexuals, what have you, by either making up these new terms or saying, oh, a woman can have a penis. No. Like but anyways, here, I want to play some clips here. This is from that show, Jazz Jennings, that goodness type, that underage trans girl. I'm gonna be stopping and playing this, just to make a point, just to make a comment as this goes on. But here, listen to what he has to say.
As a trans girl, I have found that dating can be difficult. So, to all of you straight guys,
yeah, no shit. You mean as a person cosplaying as a female, you find it difficult because boys want natural girls. Because if they go for you, they would be gay, and if they're not gay, they're not going to want you. Especially if you still have, well, no, not even if you like cut off your pee-pee, you're still genetically a boy. No matter what modifications you go through, you cannot fight science. You cannot change your chromosomes. And I don't want to hear shit about brain scans, like, oh, people have male brains. Yeah, okay, so then people have serial killer brains, people have rapist brains, but we punish that. I mean, we don't accept that shit. We don't accept that shit into society. But the fact that it's a man wanting to be a woman, it's like, oh my goodness, this is so progressive. Like, you hate, like, as much as you like to scream, there's an attack on women, there's an attack on women. You hate masculinity. You want to breathe out masculinity. You want to call it toxic. You want to say that it's violent. I'm sorry. When the shit hits the fan, and it will, it's only a matter of time when we're either invaded by another country or some other cataclysmic shit happens where you're going to need men to step up and realize, oh shit, I'm disposable, and commit sacrifices in order for you to live, you're going to appreciate masculinity. Because when it comes to masculinity, the real masculinity, the type where you sacrifice yourself for your family, you step in front of a bullet for someone else, the fact that the desire to want to be a fucking hero, anyways,
out there, here are a few things that you should know. You don't have to be afraid to make physical contact with trans girls. We like hugs too, and we don't have cooties, okay?
Okay. We don't have cooties, okay? No, but you have a mental illness. Like, you want guys to be sexually attracted to her. She wants guys to be sexually attracted to him. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, this shit gets confusing. I'm sorry. Wants guys to be, and it ain't gonna happen. And then you're getting pissed off at guys because we don't want to sleep with trans people, these transsexuals. And it's like, dude, I'm sorry. Well, I mean, I'm not sorry because I have a choice. I don't want to have sex or date someone that was born a guy and basically still is a guy in a dress. I'm not gonna kick your ass for it. I mean, mazel tov, live your life. God bless, I guess. But freaking coming out with shit to like, oh well, you're transphobic. Well then, fuck it then. I'll just double down and like, fuck it, I am transphobic. But here we go.
Oftentimes, boys will hug my friends, and then they'll kind of just...
Yeah, because your friends are girls, and they realize, hey, she has a vajayjay, and I like vajayjays, and you don't have a vajayjay, and I don't like peepees. I don't like other peepees aside from my own, and I want a vajayjay, because vajayjays taste delish. And I'm talking about real vajayjays, not the fake ones that science makes now out of fucking tilapia skins. That's some fucked up shit. Girls fucking walking around. You got freaking, I go down on the bitch. Bitch, you smell like fish. No, baby, it's just new. What?
Over me, and I'm like, why are you doing that? I'm a girl too, and just treat me normally.
No, you're not a girl. And no, I cannot treat you normal because you're not normal. You want me to freaking play into your delusion. It is a delusion. And you could call me transphobic, whatever. It is a delusion. You want me to believe, you want me to treat you like shoot, I'm wearing a Green Lantern shirt. Can I fucking go fly around space now and fight alien criminals? No, I can't. In brightest day and darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Yes, I know the oath by heart. Because I want to be a hero. I grew up wanting to be a hero. I grew up wanting this. Because that's what men do. Men fucking build things. Men fucking save things. Men sacrifice themselves for the greater good. Or at least that's how I was taught.
Trans girls are here. We exist.
Yeah, so do rapists, so do fucking dudes that think that they have 50 billion freaking personalities in them. So does AIDS. So do these other mental illnesses and physical viruses. They exist. Doesn't mean we should just let it. Like, I'm not talking about get violent with trans people. No. Do I believe that they need help? Yes. And I think we're doing a disservice to them as society for not at least trying or looking into this whole thing. That you want to cut your penis off. That you believe that you were born the wrong sex. It's yeah.
to ignore us as friends or as girlfriends. Sometimes...
I mean, look. I could be friends with someone that's trans. I'm not gonna be a dick. I'll pray for them. I mean, I'm not a trained professional. I don't know. I don't want to see anyone suffering. Like, that's the thing. I don't want to see anyone suffer. And these people are suffering. And it does break my heart. It does. Because I hate it. I hate seeing that shit. I hate seeing pain, you know? And they are in pain. What's going through them, I can't understand. I don't understand. I can never understand because I'm not in their shoes. I would not understand that. It's just to me, it's crazy. And you have this, how old is this person? Let me Google it. Okay. Oh, 17 now. Jazz Jennings is 17. Okay. Which, Oi. 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 And this is a child. I mean, that's the shit that kills me. This is a child, and he's being paraded around, being like, "Oh, look at! I'm the spokesperson for LGBTQRSTUV $. People are making money off of this poor child. Like, yeah, we're gonna encourage you because you're gonna have a show. You're the poster child, and I mean, and I've done shows about this." And then you're trying to trick men into, like, shaming us, like we don't want to date you. Like, no shit. It's like, why can't I have the choice to not be attracted to trans? Why is it that it's like, oh, well, you're homophobic, you're transphobic, you're this. Oh, you should give us a chance. No, because you know why? And you know, and to prove how ridiculous this is, how stupid would it sound if I busted out on this show, which I never have? Oh, women, if you don't want to date a fat guy, you're just fat phobic. You're shallow. I would not be able to get away with that shit before the Me Too campaign comes out and starts talking shit. Well, I would be able to get away with it because I'm not famous yet, but you know what I mean. Well, women are shallow because you don't want to date fat guys. You should want to date fat men. Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, whatever, motherfucker. Nice try. And you know, I'm saying the same thing. Yo, nice fucking try. No, sir, I'm not going to want to date you. I don't want to have sex with you. I mean, and the funny thing is, as much as they're really shallow too, because they wouldn't want my fat ass, I'll tell you that much. So I'm safe. You know, they want the best looking dudes. So even still you have to look a certain way to be attracted. They'll choose who they want to have sex with. They have the choice. They want someone that's good looking. You read these shits. Because of course Plenty of Fish doesn't fucking separate trans and females these days. I don't know why the fuck they don't do that shit. Fucking tired of this shit. So let's go back here.
Guys ignore me, and it makes me feel like I'm different, but really...
You are different. Cut the shit, Jazz.
I'm just like any other girl.
No, you're not like any other girl. You're not a girl. You have a penis. You are a boy in a fucking dress. Get help.
It's totally acceptable to ask questions. Just make sure that they are well.
No, yeah, are you getting mental help? And honestly, no, it's not acceptable to ask questions because they get pissed off because, you know, I've asked questions and they act like you should fucking already know the goddamn answer. So eat a dick.
Well thought out, and that they come from a place of love.
No, they come from a place of where the fuck are you doing? What do you mean you want to cut your dick off? What do you mean you think you're a chick? You were born a boy, you think you're a chick. What the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean? The fuck? Why are you, huh?
However, if you think you could just Google it, then do so. It shows dedication if you take the time to educate yourself and look things up. One of the most annoying questions that people ask me is if I chose to be transgender and be a girl.
Yes, you did.
And no, it wasn't a
That's a lie. Yes, you did.
choice. I was just born.
It is a choice. It is a choice. And if it's not a choice, it's a mental disorder. But gender dysmorphia, as I think it's called. I mean, oh God.
This way.
And like, stop, like, you're trying to normalize it so that way you try to make guys feel dumb. It's like, oh, well, I'm not attracted to trans women. Oh, but we're still women. No, you're not. You're not good. Don't piss on my feet and tell me it's raining. I'm not falling for that shit. And no one else should be falling for that shit. If you're into trans, if you want to date trans people, have at it. There are plenty of men out there. Plenty of men out there that want to date trans. Why are you trying to shame those who are not into that shit? Why are they always trying to shame men into doing borderline gay or doing gay shit or borderline gay shit?
Oftentimes, guys are afraid of what their friends think, and it's like, no, who cares what your...
Yes, because shaming works. Shaming fucking works. You wanna, especially when you're in the wrong, you're doing something wrong, shaming works. Hey, John, that's a dude. Oh, but I'm into that. Yo, don't be a faggot. Come on. Don't do that dumb shit. Damn, maybe you're right. Yeah.
friends think. If you're attracted to me or any other trans girl, then pursue that relationship. Being trans doesn't dictate your sexuality.
Yes, it does.
Transgender people can be straight, gay.
No, you're pretty much gay. I don't give a fuck what you say. You wear a dress, you're still a dude, and you want to fuck other dudes. You're gay. Cut the shit. Cut the shit.
Bisexual or any color of the ring.
Cut the shit.
I'm
It's black and white.
still exploring my sexuality, and I'm not sure.
You need to explore your mental health and not cut your dick off, and perhaps, grow up to be a normal man.
What label I identify as, but I would just say that I love people for who they are on the inside. Trans girls are not
I bet you won't date a fat dude.
here to be your experiment. If you're interested in a trans girl, then make sure you...
You know what? And here's the thing, and this is a side note. Like, look, I've experimented sexually with other types of women, with fat women, with old women. Like, how else are you supposed to know whether you like something sexually or not? Like, unless it's like you're straight. Like, look, I'm not interested in pursuing or whatever with other men or trans. Not interested in that. It's just, but how else is someone supposed to know whether they're going to be into that unless they test out the waters? Oh, I don't want to be your test. All right, fine, fuck it. Then enjoy being alone, Jazz. Enjoy being single, because Most dudes are just not gonna jump for that shit. But still, stop trying to shame me, bro.
You are pursuing a relationship for the right reasons. Trans girls are just like any other girls.
No, they're not.
We don't want to be defined by the label of being trans because that's not...
Well, first of all, it's a label that you gave yourself. You want to put on a dress. You want to fucking try to fool... You're trying to fool guys. You're not a woman. You will never be female. You're not like other female, because women, like real females, do not have penises. They were not born with penises. They can have children. You can't have children. And no matter how much shaming language, no matter how much fucking flowery pseudoscientific shit you come out with, you cannot have children. You cannot have a period, which, in my opinion, could be a plus. You know what I mean, ladies. You guys get kind of bitchy on your period. That's everyone knows. But like no man, no woman wants to do that. No woman no trans people have that. You can't make a baby with a trans. You can't. Which means there is no future with trans. There is no future. Let me go back to...
Not who we are. There's so much more to our characters, and we want you to see that and love us for it. When being with a trans...
Look, if I had a family member that was trans, of course I would love them to death. I would wish them well. I would want them to be better. I want them to be happy and not in pain and thinking that there's something wrong with the way they were born. I would freaking research the fuck out of it and see if there's a cure. And yes, I do believe it's an illness, so go ahead, get pissed off. I don't give a shit. But here, let's finish.
This girl, it's not about what's between her legs, but rather what's between her ears and...
It does. I mean, because honestly, sexually speaking, honestly, unless you're gonna have an asexual type relationship, it is important what's between your legs and also what's between your ears and shit. But honestly, as a man, what's between your legs at this point matters first. What's between your head second. Just being real. It's fucked up, but it's like most men want to have a future with a chick, and that future involves children, and if you can't make children, what fucking life are we gonna have? I mean, and also, you're having. What if one day you want to be a dinosaur? Like, what's going on?
In her heart. So realize that and accept us for who we are.
Alrighty, and honestly, that poor girl's being exploited, and no one gives a shit. Here, let me play this other thing. This is from the BBC. This girl named Claire is trying to, this transgender person named Claire is trying to trick guys into wanting to date her, and she's like, why won't these guys date me?
Hi. Claire and her friends want to see if they can meet some hot guys at the beach.
I'm excited. I mean, there's probably a lot of cute guys out today.
I feel like just scope out the area.
Yeah, looking is always fun.
It's the first time Claire has worn a bikini in public.
You gave me a chance, I would take it. It's a shot in the dark, but I'll make it.
And the guys seem to be paying attention.
How are you?
Zoe, I'm Casey.
I'm Claire.
Nice to meet you. What kind of guys you ladies into? Like, do you like the blonde surfer kind of guy, skater dude? Like,
And honestly, mind you, listen to this. She's not telling them up front that she's trans. Because he's being a fucking coward. Like, if you want to be upfront about it, if you're so badass about being a trans, you would say, hey, by the way, I was born, I'm a trans. But, you know, you have this movement where you have this not movement, but this school of thought where, oh, it's none of a man's business. It's no one's business whether I'm trans or not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because you want to take away a man's agency, take away his choice, and then trick him. And then, these, you know, if you have sex, like, you know that could be considered rape. Because, you know, most straight men don't want to have sex with men. And no matter how much makeup, no matter how much fucking plastic surgery or whatever cosmetic surgery you have to your face, your tits, your poussoir, having a man-made poussoir installed with surround sound, Dolby Digital, THX, I don't know. You're not gonna ever be a woman. No matter how many bells and whistles. I don't care if you could plug in your pinky and download 50 billion songs off the Prince catalog. Maybe you're just like your mother, and this is what it sounds like when doves cry. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so anyways, but notice how she doesn't even mention that she's trans.
Is it personality that gets you, or is it like
definitely
personality?
Yeah, if a guy is like really funny, it makes me laugh.
I mean, really, think about it. She's like, oh, I'm looking for some hot guy. Like in the beginning, she's like, I'm looking for some hot guys. Why don't you fucking work like us guys? We got to work our way up. First, you start off with like the ugly chicks, you know, get your experience up. Then you go for like the mid-level chicks, you know. You bust your ass, you try to make some money, get your body right. Then you try to go for the hot chicks. Now let's go straight for the 10s. Let's go straight for the 10s. Let's try to trick these guys. Try these, you know. And honestly, at this point, fuck science for freaking like making these things fucking look passable. And, you know, and that's the thing. That's another thing that they're trying to trick you. They're like, oh, you know, she shouldn't have to even be able. She shouldn't have to pass in order for you to want to date her. The fuck? So I can't even have someone that has a feminine looking face. I have to be able, like, I have to fucking want to fucking have sex with and date a person that has more facial hair than me. I mean, mind you, I can't, like, a woman needs to have soft features. A woman, to me, has to look feminine. I know this because my father tries to hook me up with these fucking gremlin looking bitches. Like, there was this one chick that he tried to hook me up with because he so wants to have a grandchild so bad, even if it's me having to raise somebody else's bastard ass kid. That's how bad he wants me to be a father. I'm like, nigga, you were hardly there for me. What the fuck are you talking about? The fuck is he talking about? You know, she had more facial hair than I do, and that's because I shave. And I thought that was Chewbacca. I thought I'm like, did you come in on your Millennium Falcon? Like, looking like a porgy. Like, what's going on? You know, and then you wanted to hook me up with this one chick that looked like how she got her face carved on Easter Island. And I'm like, yo, I mean, first of all, you're old enough to be my mother. That's fucked up. Like, the hell? You have to have soft features. You have to look. You have to be feminine, and then now society's like, oh well, a woman can have a beard, a woman this, and you should want to have sex with her. And like, no. Now you want me to want to have sex with masculinity, like things that are associated with masculinity. And you know damn well if a dude does go for it, they'll, like, as soon as it's convenient, they'll shame him for it. They will shame him for it. They will slam him hard for it. Oh, well, you fucked a man. Ha 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 ha. Anyways, back to the fucking clip.
And I can like be comfortable around him. It's a plus. So not to be like forward or anything, but like, do you think we're cute?
Most definitely. And me,
Really?
gorgeous. I think you ladies are attractive.
It was at this moment John realized he fucked up.
We should hook up sometime, hang out, you know?
Really?
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Always
we need
here.
to like get our number.
Sure thing. So do I just put you in here as beautiful?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. So when the guys found out the girls were trans, things changed.
When the guys found out that the girls were trans, they were like, "Oh shit!" Like, in fact, hold on, let me. When the guys found out they were trans,
Think I'm gonna be the scapegoat for the whole damn machine? Shit.
Again, let's do this again. When hold on, let me do this shit. Let me do this proper.
It's changed.
That's it. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye. So when the guys found out
Like nothing from them yet. In a lot of ways, I don't like telling a guy because once I tell them, it's like all respect goes out the window. Straight guys just can't get over you having the male parts once.
Yeah, no shit. No shit. Like, honestly, like I would seriously feel like, yo, you trying to trap me? It's a trap. It got me sounding like Admiral Akbar. You know. You know. You know, got me sounding like Admiral Akbar. You know, he fucking, you know, messing with me. You know, and then you tell me, oh, I'm trans.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
She.
It's like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? You have a dick. Like, what we're gonna do? We're gonna have a fucking lightsaber fight? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you're not gonna play me. You're not. Yep.
Admiral, we have enemy ships in Sector 47. It's a trap.
Yep, it's a trap. Like, honestly, and then you're like, oh, sometimes I don't want to tell a guy. Like, no, honestly, if I do all that, especially if I take you out on a date thinking that you're a real woman, I'm going to punch you in the fucking shit. I'm going to kick your ass. Because you want to play with my sexuality. And to me, that's fucking rape. To me, that's rape. Like, you want to fucking lie and tell me, oh, you don't have the male part. And then what? What's going to happen? Okay, I take, like, let's say we do proper courtship. I take you out until you're ready. And then what? You disrobe. I see a dick. I'm going to feel like that's an attack. I'm like, yo, you wasted my fucking time. So I can't. So now you don't want to tell me the truth because you're afraid of how I might react. Instead of fucking ripping the Band-Aid off and finding someone that might want to deal with that shit. Someone that might want to fucking deal with that shit. You want to take away the choice out of my hands. You want to fucking control me. I'm gonna kick your ass. Bottom line. Back to the fucking clip.
I had or get that surgery, I think it will change a lot for me because right now, you know, if I meet a straight guy and he doesn't know, like...
Yeah, and then, okay, you don't tell him, and, like, after you get the surgery, you don't tell him, and then what? You marry him, and then, you know, or he goes to meet his parents, and you're gonna see baby pictures, like, wait a minute, that's you? Wait, is that a dick? Wait a second. Okay, now I gotta kill you and your entire family. You're not gonna play me for a fool. The fuck? Quit playing these fucking games. You are taking away a man's agency. You're taking away a man's choice. You think it's fucking funny to fucking do this shit because, oh, Me Too. Especially with the whole Me Too movement, which is only for women, I guess. But you think, like, honestly, I think what I feel this whole thing is, it is a sort of retaliation. It's like, oh, well, men have been doing it to women for years, but you're not doing it to the men who done it. You're not doing it. You're not gonna do it that shit to Harvey Weinstein. You're not trying to trick Harvey Weinstein into fucking you. You're not trying to trick Bill Clinton into fucking you. Bill Clinton's a rapist. You're not trying to trick any of these other dudes that have actually done shit to women. You're not. Let's finish this clip.
You know, we can't get physical if I don't tell him, like, and then if he finds out, like, just things get so complicated that you don't even begin to... I can't even, begin to explain.
Yeah, no shit. Oh, by the way, we've been dating for 6 months. We've been dating for 6 months. You met my family. There's something you should know. I'm a man. I was born a man.
She.
Sorry, time for you to die now. Anyways, I wanna let me close out this part of it with this one clip.
If a guy wants to live as a woman, believe in his heart that he is one, and even talk, dress, and act like one, that is his choice. And in no shape, way, or form do I have a problem with that. Having said that, and I never thought of myself in these terms before I read some of the crazy comments accusing me of transphobia, whatever that is, I must admit I'm somewhat of a gender fundamentalist. I don't believe that because a dude suddenly starts sporting makeup and heels, he becomes a woman. If I wake up tomorrow and decide that I'm a condor with feathers to my arms and go hunting for deer carcasses, I'm not going to throw a temper tantrum if my friends decide to not recognize my newly invented ornithological nature. So just as people must be allowed to reserve the right to believe that they are whatever they want to be, I reserve the right to believe in categories created by science.
Exactly. Me personally, I choose to yeah, I agree with what he said. Anyways, moving on to the next topic. They try to shame men into dating fat women. Me personally, though, I tend to like bigger women. You just have to have a pretty face. Pretty face and curves. I love curvy women. I honestly would not consider Ashley Graham or Iskra Lawrence. They're both considered plus size models. I wouldn't consider them plus size. Thick, they got nice booties. I like booty. I like boobies. I like a woman's shape. I need a woman with some hips. And you know what? Bigger girls have hips a lot of times. They got the baby bearing hips. Childbearing hips is what they're called. But they try to they do the same thing. They're like, oh, that's how this whole fat shaming or body positivity movement got started. You have these women that were being rejected by, of course, hot guys, or what they consider the hot guys. And they're like, oh, why won't these skinny, good-looking guys date us? Well, maybe they don't want you. But there are plenty of men out there that want women like that. But they don't want those men. So according to this article here from squawker.org, new data reveals fat women don't like fat men and they demand you be okay with it. Plus-size women online want you to know how rough they have it, whether it's finding someone who will embrace their fat pride, or even just the struggles of being queer and fat. What? Honestly, I don't know what the fuck is the difference between a queer and a gay. I don't know. A queer, so many fucking new terms, and then they expect you to already know what the fuck they talking about. They're always coming out with some new shit every day, and it's like, what? Like, no, I'm not gonna fucking... I don't give a fuck about your pronouns. Eat a dick. Eat a bag of dicks. Okay, back to the article. It would seem that the internet is full of these body positive keyboard warriors. Their latest struggle: overcoming the stigma fat women apparently face when they refuse to settle for overweight men. And you know what? I get that all the time too. I have these chicks that are bigger than me telling me to lose weight, which, okay, yeah, you know, I do, and I'm trying to. I am working out. I am dieting. I made myself a grilled steak with sweet potato noodles that I made myself, roasted in, sautéed in garlic and olive oil. See, I'm a chef homeboy. So, overcoming the stigma fat women apparently face when they refuse to settle for overweight men, with modern feminist logic dictating that even the largest ladies should still be able to score themselves a true hottie for a man. In fact, there is an increasing amount of real scientific data to prove that the concept that women are far pickier and more unrealistic in terms of rating the physical attractiveness of potential partners. With one study done using data pulled from the popular dating app Tinder, revealing that the bottom 80% of men, in terms of attractiveness, are competing for the bottom 22% of women, and the top 78% of women are competing for the top 20% of men. This basic trend is only confirmed in another study, this time pulling from OkCupid data, which found these results. While this isn't to say that men don't prefer sexier, skinnier women in general, as the lab tested research has already confirmed they do. What this data implies is that men tend to be either far less picky in terms of actually finding a mate, or at least far more realistic about their own appearance and what entitles them to expect in return. You never seem to find stories of fat men demanding their right to be with an unobese woman. But the reverse is clearly untrue if these popular body positive images being spread around the feminist blogs are to be believed. It's true. You would never hear me say I demand a model. I'm sorry, like, honestly, and even your boys, do you got model money? Do you have model looks? Then shut the fuck up and date the fat bitch. Shut up. Like, even among your boys, you get smacked up. Like, stop being stupid. Like, the only reason why I reject the women that my father tries to hook me up with is because, honestly, I know I could do better. And I've done better than that, and I'm not going to settle for less than what I can get. I mean, the women that I've dated, the women that are pretty. They're not skinny models, but they're pretty. They're pretty in the face, and they got the childbearing hips and the nice boobies and the nice booty, and I like me likey. I like meat on a woman's bones. Not too much, like not so much that your the stomach covers the poussoir, but you know what I mean. Okay. Back to the article. I'm a plus size woman, but I'm not attracted to big guys. I get a lot of hate and the criticism for it, but I can't help that I like average to muscular types. Yes, as a plus size woman, I do not date other plus size people. It's because I'm not attracted to bigger guys. It's genetics, preference, and that's just the way it is. But you want to shame men into wanting to date fat women. You shame men, like we can't get away with that shit. We can't get away with saying, well, you know, genetically speaking, I want to date natural women. I want to date skinnier women. It's you try to take away, now you're trying to take away someone hot. Like, imagine if I busted out with that. Again, I would be called a rapist. Oh, Me Too movement. You're trying to take away a woman's agency. You're trying to force a woman to want to date you. Blah blah blah, blah blah blase bullshit. Like, explain that shit to me. Not explain that shit to me. I mean, and the whole body, like, and I've spoken about this, the whole body positivity movement is bullshit to begin with. I mean, you never see straight guys in this whole body positivity movement. Any men that you see in this body positivity movement are a bunch of gays, a bunch of gay fat dudes. Because we can't get away with that shit. Because then they'll be like, oh, see, you're just trying to convince women to want to date you. You better lose some weight. You know, you're a bunch of incels. Blah. Like, you know, imagine I go up to a fucking skinny white chick and like, hey, sweetie, you want to go on a date? You know, a simple no would be nice. A simple no would have sufficed. Oh, hold on. We got Political Woodstock. She says, so wrong. What am I so wrong about, Political Woodstock? Like, I dare you, call me. 347-927-6824. If you guys want to call in, the number is 347-927-6824. Frustrated about what? You know what? Go ahead, call me. Call saying I'm frustrated. Okay, we're gonna do the shaming tactics. We're gonna do the generic shaming. Frustrated about what? Like, I just love when they start throwing out these, like, try to throw out these ad hominem attacks and just, like, because they have no real argument. But yeah, no, it's just you'll never see fat guys demand. Like, you don't see these articles of fat guys like, I demand hot women date me. Because we would get smacked down. But this whole body positivity movement, like, you know, fine, you want to be respected, fine. But me, I don't, honestly, because I don't think I'm entitled to women just because I exist. If I want a hotter chick, I will work for one. I will go to the gym. I'm doing it now. I'm not doing it just to get hotter women. I'm doing it because I don't want to die. I'm a type 2 diabetic. I need to fucking get my body right just so I don't like die someday. But hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. 347-927-6824. There we go. We got political Woodstock. She's gonna call. Probably gonna come at me. Come at me with both barrels. Come at me, bro. Let's do this. I ain't scared. Missed my whole freaking thing. Oh shit, I'm going overtime. Alright, we're going overtime. So, okay, back to this article here before she calls. But yeah, no, I mean, I've done shows how I feel like the body positivity movement is just stupid. You cannot force people to be attracted to you. You can't. No matter what. I can't force a woman who... And you know what? Honestly, looks are relative. I can't force someone who I personally find attractive to find me attractive. I can't, because it's wrong. I don't want to take away someone else's agency because A, I'm a libertarian, and that goes against everything that I fucking stand for. And I mean, and to do that, you just assume that it's not gonna last. It doesn't last because then resentment comes in. Oh, okay. All right. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
How are you? Welcome to the show. This is Political Woodstock, and you're on the Crotch Shot Radio Show. What's on your mind?
Well, I mean, you're right about your health, the type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
My brother just died a few days ago because it affects your heart. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking it seriously. I just had to have I just had to have laser eye surgery last week.
Oh. Wow.
So, I mean, look, I used to be a lot bigger. But,
that's true.
So, I'm taking it seriously.
Good.
I'm on the diet, so, but I'm not doing it just to try to get laid or try to attract. I mean, it would be a nice side effect. But the point of the show that I'm talking about is like how society tries to force men to want to date certain types of people. The first part of the show I was talking about how they tried to trick men into wanting to date or to try to find transsexual women attractive.
Well, it's about that visual image, the face, I think. Because men are visual creatures, and that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think of that?
Well, it really depends on like look, you could be the prettiest transsexual, but the moment I find out you're a transsexual, pew, goodbye.
And that's your choice. That's your choice. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
everybody has their preferences. Some people like a certain shade of skin over another, and I think that's a preference.
Well, yeah, that's I'm not even talking like they also try to shame people, shame men for that, for having a preference. I mean, how many times have I seen
women do too? Women have preferences.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, you're allowed to have preferences,
right?
You're allowed to have preferences. We can't question that you have a preference. If you say I'm not attracted to Hispanic or black men or white men, that's no one bats an eye. The moment if I was to say, hey, I'm not, especially as a person of color, if I say I'm not attracted to black women, racist, Nazi, shit like that.
The thing is, you just don't put it out there, and you choose the one you want to date or court or be with for the rest of your life. You just don't put out there, this is my no list.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone's going to get offended.
Yeah. But
so
but the thing,
just don't say what your no list is.
Well, my no list is you can't have been born a male. That's
okay.
I'm just throwing that shit out there because I'm not gonna be going out on dates for like 6 months, and then that night comes and I get poked in the eye. That's gonna be a fight.
Well, most transgender females wouldn't do that. They don't hide it because it can end in their death.
Well, yeah, but
there's a lot of transgender women that are killed, especially women of color that are transgender.
But I just play.
It's the worst.
Yeah, but I just played a clip where the transgender girl was like, oh, as soon as I let them know, they run away, so I don't feel like telling them. And I've read articles where they say that it's not any of anyone's business whether they're transgender or not. So it's...
Well, I mean, there's different schools of thought, and I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of transgender people,
mm-hmm.
and those are the minority. Most of them, for their own life, they'll maybe not on the first date, or usually the other person knows already.
Right.
There's obvious signs like the hands, and different features.
Right.
Deeper voice, or maybe they're balding a little bit. You just never know. But most of them want to stay alive. If that makes any sense.
No, it makes perfect sense because I would kill a motherfucker if you try to trick me.
Just don't say that on air because what if you do?
What if I do? Then I, then you know what? Then you
know
what happened.
That you had a plan already, and then you get murder one, and then you get the death penalty. You don't want that.
Nope. Rape. It's rape. Technically, it's rape, and I get to protect myself physically because it's rape. I thought about that. Don't worry. I watched a lot of SVU.
But as far as fat shaming for a man that they can't have the woman that they want, I don't think that's right either. People love people.
Well, no,
you gotta love people for how they are, not how you want them to be.
Well,
and
no, because
person learns that, they're not going to get disappointed.
Well, no, that's the thing, though. It just comes. It comes from a nature. You can't fight who you're attracted to physically. I mean, and because whatever evolution or the way we were created by God, whatever you believe, it's like being fat is unhealthy, and people are not.
It is.
People are not attracted to unhealthy things, or else. You have, there'll be a line out the door for people who have AIDS. It's like...
Have you had a lot of experiences of women making issues of your weight?
What was that?
Have you had a lot of experiences where a woman makes an issue
of your
weight?
Of course. Of course.
It's more often the man making an issue out of the woman's weight. Women seem to be more forgiving or understanding.
That's a lie.
When a man has love handles.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Well, I mean, I don't know what your experience is. That's why I was asking.
Yeah. No. It's like even women bigger than me. I've dealt with women like, oh, you need to stop eating McDonald's. I mean, so do you. I just saw you walk out of there. I'm like, you worked out.
That's funny.
Like, what are you talking about?
You're in New York City, aren't you?
Yeah.
Aren't you in NYC?
Yeah.
I think down in the South, we have a different approach when a man has love handles. They are forgiven far more than a woman would be forgiven.
Yeah. I mean, over here, it is tough. So, which is why they say if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But,
well, I'll say the South is pretty tough. Especially if you're a person of color. I'm on a hilltop in Arkansas, and it's not too far from Harrison, where there's a lot of Klan and Nazis, and I've seen so many rebel flags around here, like in the back of their truck, and it's blowing in the wind, and I guess it just depends on where you're at.
I mean, all I'm saying is, what's the likelihood if I go over there and I become a tree ornament?
A tree ornament?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't stay in Harrison. I definitely wouldn't stay there.
Ah.
There's little areas, depending on what shade of skin you're in.
Mm-hmm.
It's not wise to stay if you're white or if you're darker toned than white. It's good to know where you're going.
What if I wear my Make America Great Again hat? Would I be safe? Do I get a pass?
I think Arkansas voted for Trump.
Ah.
There's a lot of country bumpkins here. Oh, God, I shouldn't have said that.
Oh, God bless Arkansas.
There's a lot of Trump supporters here.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm from, which is Oklahoma, there's overwhelming Trump supporters. It's kind of hard to breathe over there. And we've left the state because the education system is so bad.
Mm.
And I just bought this property today.
Ah, congratulations.
But they can't get cell phone reception down there. There's deer that come up to the property, and it's 20 feet away from the lake. And, but every state has a different culture, I think.
Mm-hmm.
People are people, but the culture will change.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
what do you think about your culture, the way you were raised? And you're Puerto Rican, right? You're a proud Puerto Rican man, right?
Yes.
Well, the way you were raised, do you think that had an impact on who you were attracted to?
I'm attracted to a diverse type of women.
Okay.
Did
you grow up in that type of community where it was very diverse?
Yeah. I mean, I'm in New York City. You see different types. I'll see an Asian woman. I'll see a black woman. I'll see, I'll see a Hasidic Jewish woman with a nice ace. You
see beauty everywhere. Then I bet you see beauty everywhere, and that's wonderful. That's
so the thing I have a problem with is, like, look, I have no problem following the rules. If the rules state that because I am a certain weight, I am not allowed to pursue a certain type of woman, that's fine. I will step my game up. I was raised in a conservative household.
Okay.
A very religious household. So I have no problems with following the rules. I don't, but when it comes to transgenderism, which honestly is fairly new, it's fairly recent. It's more like, it's been around for 30 years at least, since the 80s.
No, much longer than that. Much
but
longer than that.
It's been in the forefront. It's been well known.
It's been more exposed, I guess. The documentaries are always looking for something to get the rating.
Yeah.
I think that's more what it's about. And the surgeries definitely had advanced greatly.
Yeah.
I have a transgender son.
Oh.
So, I can talk about from a different perspective. My son had male markers at birth, and it was a little bit different from my child, but there's actually a SPECT scan that you can get of the brain, and it can show if you have a male or female brain. I don't quite understand it all. But
and I said
have 3 chromosomes.
Yeah, and I said that in the beginning, but you
go, okay.
but there are people there are people that have serial killer brains. There are people that have multiple personality brains. We got people that have rapist brains. We're not accepting of those people.
You're talking when you talk about serial killers, and some of those are mental disorders.
We killed David Koresh.
Being transgender is not a mental disorder, and maybe you think that, I had a lot to learn when I found
Are
out.
you sure it isn't? Because I mean, for the longest time, it was listed. It was listed as a mental disorder by gender dysmorphia.
It was, but so was being homosexual was listed as a mental disorder.
Yeah, it's true. And why did they take it out? Did they take it out because it really wasn't a mental disorder, or they took it out for?
Because they saw differences in the brain. They did all these brain scans for the homosexual thing, and then they showed that there's a difference in the brain.
Right.
There was a difference in the brain, and we're talking about gender, not sexuality. When it comes to a transgender person, their sexuality is different from their gender. Like, just because you're a man, that doesn't define your sexuality, does it?
Yes.
No. I mean, you have choices here. You know, there's you could be bi, you could be straight, you could be homosexual.
Yeah.
That is separate. That is separate from your gender.
Not according to my father, who showed me the knife. Is like, boy, if you
well,
ever,
I mean, that has to do with culture too.
If you
that has to
ever,
do with culture. But
if you ever embarrass me, boy,
it made me.
This is going
it made
into your
sense
guts.
to me that it was about gender, not sexuality. I was actually upset because I thought I had a lesbian daughter. A tomboy, all this, and, you know, I didn't want my kid to be straight. I did not want my kid to be straight. I was really upset. I was like the opposite of your father, right? You know,
right.
I wouldn't know what to do with a straight kid. I would not know what to do. You know, and I didn't.
Rejoice that you're going to have grandbabies?
The gender issue with my child is genetic.
Mm-hmm.
So there was some type of mutation, and I don't know. I don't have all the answers for it.
Are you sure? Are you sure he wasn't drinking? He or she was not drinking the water that turns the freaking frog gay?
No one would ever want to be transgender. It's dangerous for one thing. You have the high likelihood of getting murdered or raped or assaulted. I mean, far higher than if you're African American. I mean, it's really, really bad. And then not to mention all the emotions that come with it. People don't accept transgender people. They're getting better. You know, but they still talk behind closed doors. And, you know, people get blackballed on certain jobs. You know, it's tough. I don't see how anyone in their right mind would willingly choose to be transgender.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no way. No way. But
well, my question is,
I try to educate when I can.
Yeah, I mean, but my question is that it's this push of, you know, trying to take away a straight man's choice in wanting to date trans, or actually more.
You need to go back some to your father was conservative, from what you told me, right?
Well, both sides of my family.
Well, they probably date. They don't probably jump in bed. And I think people need to get back to that. It's called courting, where you date with a purpose. Like, you don't date unless you're intending on finding a life partner.
I think we should go back farther.
I
think we should go back farther than that, and have and you know, buy your bride with like however much a sheep is worth these days. Like, you'll get, like, how much are you worth? About 4 sheep? Okay, good. Here's 5 sheep. Keep the change.
Right.
Here, use this. Here's some chickens for your.
We have a paradigm shift going on in our country. We have a big paradigm shift.
Yeah.
And some people are resistant. And I don't think it's anybody's platform to pervert the American public. And these people are just wanting to be who they are. You know, maybe they're a doctor or they're a teacher. Or they're just regular folks, post office deliver person.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, I want to get in.
hurt anybody.
Like, I would get into that, but you know, that's not the topic of the show, because I got opinions about that. Like, I just want to. I'm just talking about a male's agency, like, over their own body.
Now, like you talked about, you didn't want to date a transgender person, and that's when I spoke up.
Yeah,
you know.
No, it's
about
like,
that. 'Cause education is power.
Right. I mean, true, but it's like, but the moment you try to blow smoke up my ass and say, well, you know, you're not gay if you date a transgender, and that's, to me, that's not true. Yes, you are, because I mean, I will never believe that a transgender woman is a real woman. You're not.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's
your opinion.
It's a
Yeah, if science goes further, and then maybe we'll find out that they're not. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. How's about we study this before you start shaming men into wanting to date transgender women? How's about we start doing some more, like, develop technology which maybe could fix it, and maybe they won't be transgendered or think that they're, think that they're women and boys.
We're hoping to change that in childhood. What happens when the woman is pregnant, the brain develops, the genitals form, then the brain develops. Sometimes that brain's not the same as the genitals, and that becomes a problem. And I don't even like the labels of straight and homosexual. I think we are people who love people, and maybe that's too gender fluid for you, and I can respect that. But we need to have a different vocabulary.
I just love these new terms terms that come out for, like, gender fluid or demisexual or just yeah.
Well, I think gender fluid makes sense.
Not really.
Because if you look at the chemicals we're putting into the very young infant, some of those have estrogen in it, and it can affect the male in many different ways.
And that's why I was raised off of goat's milk.
Goat's milk?
Yes, I was raised off of goat's milk.
That's good. No, that's good.
Which is why
they don't get a lot of hormones, so that's good.
Which is why I'm bullheaded and very stubborn.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
But I don't think we should feel bad at all. And you're giving those people power when they try to shame you for whatever reason. Don't give them the power.
No,
you have value. Know your worth, and just say no, thank you, and just go on with your love and life.
Yeah, what I do is I put on my Trump hat and be like, you know what? We're gonna build this fucking wall, and God bless pants. Yep. Oh man, I just love pissing off people like that. Just like I just do it. But you're Hispanic. Don't be racist. I can play that game too. Oh goodness.
I don't mean to take up your time, but
yeah.
Don't let them shame you. I think that's the wrong thing to do.
Well, no, that's the thing. That's the point I'm making here. It's again. I mean, they try to shame men. In fact, I had this article where they try to shame men into wanting to have sex with other men. Like, oh, you're homophobic if you don't want to sleep with your gay friend. Like, wait, whoa.
That's just a bad article. That's a bad article. It's a bad writer.
Yeah, queer.
That doesn't even make good logic.
Yeah, it's from queerly.com. Like, yeah, it's like, whoa. No.
It's probably a simply faced 19-year-old person.
And it's, or and I've gotten shit, it's like, oh, how do you know you're not gay if you haven't tried it? Well, I haven't tried it. I've never slit my wrist, and I know that's going to suck. Like, I've never jumped in front of a train. I'm pretty sure that would hurt. Like, there are things I don't have to experiment to know that I wouldn't want to do that.
And there's nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like when you come and start trying to make up terms to try to shame people, like, oh, you're transphobic or you're homophobic or you're this phobic. It's like, all right, then fine. If that's what I gotta be to for you to leave me the fuck alone, then I'll be the biggest bigot on the fucking face of the planet, and I'm not gonna give a shit. It's just You know, and that's,
well, that's their choice too.
and honestly, and that's why how Trump got elected, because people got tired of being pushed up against the pushed up against the corner.
Correct. I got it.
Yeah.
They didn't want to have to be politically correct, or the new form of abuse in the media, in my opinion, is to make people like they're like oh gosh, I can't think of the term. But it's as if CNN's, I can't believe she said that or he said that. Or, yeah, they're oversensitive. Being oversensitive is the new form of being a bully. It really is.
Yeah. I mean, look, and honestly, you know, America has spoken. I mean, I'm a libertarian. So live however you want to live. Just don't force me to, like, the most you could expect out of me, and I say this almost every show, the most you could accept out of me is that I tolerate you, but I don't have to like you. I don't have to like your lifestyle. I just have to tolerate it. I'm not going to waste my time and be like, we gotta kill them faggots. No, I'm not gonna be. I don't got time for all that. I don't got time for all that. Like, live how you want to live, but the moment you try to stop me from living how I want to live, that's when I have a problem. As long as I'm not hurting you and you're not hurting me, I got no. I mind my business. But like with shit like this, when you're trying to say that I'm some form of bigot because I am not attracted to people that were born men, and now they want to wear a dress and try to trick me into, you know, wanting to into dating them. That's when you try to take the choice out of my hands. That's when I have a problem. That's when it's time for me to talk against it. It's that type of thing, because it would. Well, look at it this way. Because if
no one should put Louis into a corner.
No, not because Louis would take out a bat. But the thing is, if I was to go, yeah, I mean, look, if I was to walk around and say, hey, you know, women who don't want to date me are fat phobic or racist, you know, I wouldn't be able to get away with that. People would be like, yeah, whatever, fat boy. Like, you know, it'll be so fast, be put down so fast. It's like, the Me Too movement. But the men are not allowed to, you know, notice how when Terry Crews came out, when he was getting molested, you know, when he got molested by a director, no one took him seriously. Everyone laughed at him.
I know, it's not equal. You know, and our country is based on equal justice.
Yeah. So, I mean,
people aren't that way.
Yeah. I mean, so it's like, you know, they're different. They're different rules, and you know, if you need men, like you're gonna need men like me who are going to want to fight.
Maybe you should just look for a woman a couple states down and then bring her back to New York. That's probably what you should do.
Or just move to a red state where I belong.
Well, wherever you feel comfortable, what works for you.
Yeah. But yeah, where was I?
About the women saying that because you.
Oh yeah, I mean, and then you know, so it's like my question is like, look, women should have all the choice in the world. You don't want to sleep with me, you don't want to date me, fine. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna go out and shoot people and make a videos like, you know, all these women will pay for rejecting me. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not gonna do that stupidity. I'm not an incel. I have no problems finding someone because I lie my ass off. It's you know, I've come in contact with women that, I've dated and we hooked up, and then they find out, oh, you voted for Trump, I can't be with you. Well, thank you for your service anyway. Have a good night.
Well, I mean, you're entitled to vote for her. I wouldn't tell them and just say I haven't really told anybody who I voted for.
I do it because for some reason it makes me laugh when they give me that look. Sometimes I just love troll. Like, honestly, I love trolling. Do
you want a relationship or not? Because a relationship isn't a troll.
Yeah, but if they can't take the fact that I have different political views than them, then I don't want them around. I'm not gonna.
That, Louie.
I'm not going
because your political views are going to change throughout your years, and her political views are going to change throughout her years. It's finding someone that you can agree to disagree.
Yeah, and most people don't. Most people don't want to agree to disagree.
I think there's a lot of people that will. They just don't advertise it. The people that advertise are the people that are going to disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Those are the people going to advertise.
And those are the people that I find have the most fun with when they realize, oh shit, he's a Proud Boy.
He's one of them.
He's one of those. He's one of those. And you know what? And in closing, I say this I've been saying this to a lot of people. We had a chance to have Ron Paul. And Ron Paul was
isn't he passed away?
No.
He isn't?
No, he's still alive.
He like 97 or 91?
He's still alive. He does YouTube shows. He does YouTube shows every day.
Oh, are you sure he's still alive?
Yes.
I mean, he's really older than the hills.
And?
Well, I'm just saying, I don't for sure if he has a coherent thought. Alzheimer's and all different types of things.
No, he doesn't. He's fine. He's sharp as a tack.
Well, he's too old to be president. I'm
no,
sorry,
he's not.
He's cut off.
No, he's not.
All right, just one heart attack. That's all it would take.
He's a doctor.
But he's gone.
He's a doctor, for goodness sakes.
Well, doctors have a habit of killing themselves, being an alcoholic. It's hard to be a doctor these days.
He's 82 years young.
Oh, now come on. He's got to be in his 90s.
No, he's 82. He's good.
Well, Bernie's still younger than him.
Yeah, but Bernie's a punk. And
you think so?
Yes, he let Hillary steal the nomination from him. So I don't want to.
She did. She freaking did. I talked to poll workers. Oh, I could tell you stories. But I know that bitch is dirty. Excuse my language.
Nah, go ahead. She's a bitch. Hillary for prison. But like I said, we could have had him. But no one could take him because he was too radical. And then you know what? Now that opened up the stage to have us an asshole from New York, a dick from Queens. And honestly, that's what this country needs. The country needs a son of a bitch from New York City to fucking...
Oh, come on, he can't even spell. I mean, give me a president that can at least spell.
What did he misspell? Ooh, what? You've never made a mistake? I mean, goodness.
Well, I'm not nailed, and I'm not the president of the United States.
So what? You expect him to be? You expect him to be perfect? I mean, he's fallible.
I expect him to have spell check.
Well, you know what? Sometimes you know what? As someone that likes to tweet shit fast, sometimes you
the fact that he tweets, I think that's an idiot move.
No. So what?
Well, that's
it's called talking to your base directly, especially when the news keeps freaking twisting your words and editing shit out to make it sound like you're saying something that you're not. You have to have a way to talk to your.
Yeah, that's called spin. Yeah, it's just.
No, it's like no, they did edit it. NBC got caught editing his words to make it sound like he was being racist, and they cut out. They like to take shit out of context.
Oh, I know it happens. I mean, I'm not a fool.
So you know.
Yeah, I've been in politics for a long time, and
I would.
I think some dirty stuff, and there's nothing I can do to change it.
Yeah, I mean, which is why
the nature of the beast.
Which is why I would personally use social media to talk to my supporters directly. Hey, this is what I'm doing. Oh, this dude wants. Oh, this asshole wants to talk shit about me. What's he doing? I'm trying to do business with North Korea to have them denuclear. I can't fucking say that word.
Oh, come on. They're not going to do that. And if he pulls that off, he'll get reelected.
Good.
You know, pulls that off.
Good. I hope he does. I hope he does.
I want him to do good things. I just don't think he's capable.
Well, he's already doing stuff despite people fighting him left and right. He's getting shit done despite, in spite of everyone fighting him left and right.
Himself, even in spite of himself.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. Well, you know what? He took on the establishment, the Democrat and Republican establishment, and made them all look like idiots. So, and now they want to go after the fact and try to fight him. And it's like, come on. Let the man do the work. If he messes up,
he's the president for now, and they should let him work and not cause so many scenes. But,
yeah, but you know,
I don't have control over the network.
Yeah, well, I'm not just talking about the networks. I'm talking about the politicians. Like, honestly, you know what? And the people that fight them. I mean, they're just proving that how much part of the swamp they are. I mean, honestly, I hope his son runs for governor here in New York to drain the swamp here.
Yeah,
I drain the damn swamp and start taking on these damn corrupt politicians that you know.
They're all corrupt. It doesn't matter what side you're on. They're all corrupt.
You're right.
Every single goddamn one.
You're right. But that's why we
down to the state level, down to the local level.
Yeah, that's why we need That's why we need outsiders.
One good person that runs for office is in office, and within 2 or 3 months, they're bought because they have no other choice. They think. And there's very few ideological candidates or representatives or senators out there because it's hard to fight that big money.
Which is why you need
very seductive.
Which is why you need to become an asshole like Trump. Like there's something about being like honestly, I'm being from New York City.
Yeah.
We are the biggest shit talkers. We are the biggest dicks on the planet because we're taught we can't take shit. I mean, the moment that they knocked down those 2 buildings here in New York, the moment is one of the moments where we became the toughest motherfuckers on the planet. It's like, okay, we got a bullseye on our back, and the next day we're back to work. Last year when that Muzzy freaking ran over people on the East Side Highway over here.
Yeah.
You know, that truck attack here. That very same day, I was off to work. That very same day. We don't stop.
Well, that's what you gotta do.
We don't stop.
Most people
we need
take
someone
off of work. They can't.
Yeah, well, you know what?
It's where they need the money.
Yeah, but you know what? Most people like outside in New York City will be like I was hearing people like, oh my goodness, we closed schools for a week. Bitch, you're in Oklahoma. They ain't after you. Just calm the fuck down. Go back to school. Do what you gotta do.
Well, the problem is in Oklahoma, they're last in the nation for education. There's a lot of issues with security. You know, I've talked to hundreds of teachers when they did the walkout. Yeah, I mean, I understand.
Okay,
There's a lot of kids that are afraid to go to school in Oklahoma, terrified.
Well, you know what? Then arm the teachers. I don't know. There's
oh gosh.
Yes. Well, you
There's
know what?
Some teachers you don't want to arm. I mean,
well, then fire them. Then fire them.
Fire them. We have no one to replace them with.
Well,
we're
who's
using
for-
regular people to teach in the schools because all our teachers are leaving to Texas. They make $28,000 in Oklahoma. They could start off at $52,000 in Texas.
Well, then
people rent billboards. It's so sad. Do you want to work? You know, do you want to make real money working as a teacher? Come to. Then there's a phone number. If it's Arkansas, Kansas, they're coming and taking the best of our teachers.
Well, then what? Start spending the money. Freaking do school choice. Allow charter schools to open. You know,
there are some charter schools, and I support that idea, but I'm in the minority.
I mean,
so
get rid of
I
these.
left Oklahoma because my kid deserves an education.
Get rid of these damn teachers unions that, you know, they don't really give a crap about the kids. They just
teachers union.
Especially
it's called the OEA. It doesn't even have enough members to function. They didn't know what they were doing when they were striking. And I talked to a great number of them. I said, you can't leave, because they had did some funding for the schools. I said, a week or two after you leave and you go back to your classrooms, they're going to divert those funds somewhere else. And that's exactly what they did. They didn't know how to do a strike. You got to stay in it for the long haul. And they had plenty of support. But I'm derailing your show, and I didn't mean to do that.
Right.
So.
All right.
So don't let anybody shame you just because they think your preferences are being
right.
Whatever. Don't let them do that, and continue to work on your health. And I was really proud to hear that you were working out again. I knew you had lost weight.
Yeah.
You're just going to keep on getting better and better.
Right.
And your voice will improve too, believe it or not.
My voice.
Yeah, it'll be more.
What's wrong?
What do they call it? Resolution or tone, resonance. When we get more at our ideal weight, we have a better voice.
Ah.
Well, I know you like to podcast, so
yeah. I didn't know there was something. I didn't know there was something wrong with my voice.
Get bigger. It's just a bonus.
Right.
Not that you're going to get pregnant, but one day you could, maybe. Joke. It's a joke.
Back my.
I'm not buying.
Now,
the things they do.
Well, I'm not one of them queers who want to get married. Okay.
No, they're even growing ears and hearts and tissue, and I mean, they're doing incredible things.
Yeah, why don't they grow? Why don't they?
He had to carry the baby. Why not? If it's a married couple, why can't he carry the baby?
Because we're not built that way.
That's just saying.
Like how is the baby going to be born?
A lot more money, and they use her egg, his sperm, and plant it wherever they're supposed to. And he gives birth to the baby C-section. You know, for a lot of people, it's about money. I know that sounds crazy, but what if?
Then don't have kids if you can't afford them.
Well, if a woman has a pregnancy and she has a problem with the pregnancy and she has to stay home, there's no money.
Well, then don't have
it's not making as much.
Honestly, if it's either having a kid, if it's either dying or having a kid, how's about you don't die?
Well, I'm just saying if she's the breadwinner, because a lot of times it comes down to that.
Honestly, if the wife's a breadwinner of the family, you're a fucking loser. Get a job. No, it is true. Get a fucking job.
Artist, he really loves his work, but she's an attorney or an MD or a surgeon, and she pulls in, I have no idea how much.
Go get a fucking real job and make some real money and take care of your family. Quit fucking painting on the goddamn canvas. Why are you painting? Like, are you like honestly? What the fuck is this shit? Like, honestly, you're like I can't stand like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home husband. No, you're a faggot. That's what it is.
No, that's not true. That's not true. It just means that someone's staying at home with the kids.
Shit, I wish I would stay home.
That would be the best for the kids.
I wish I would stay.
They have one parent that stays home.
Goodness, hey Dad, I'm a stay-at-home husband. All right, you see this knife, kid? You know what's gonna happen, right? Yep. All right, Dad. All right, Dad. All right, go ahead.
Good luck with your health care. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah.
Keep at it.
It's like you gotta, just tired of these men not having fucking responsibility. Like, I'm gonna let my wife take care of me. Fucking assholes, make me sick.
Well, if they're taking care of the kids, they're doing a really big job. I mean, that's true. Women work really hard to take care of kids.
Ooh.
You gotta agree with me.
Ooh, yeah. When's the last time a mom caught black lung from changing her child's diaper? Ooh.
Well, they can have stress on their heart if they have 6 or 7 kids.
Well, then why are you shitting out 6 or 7 kids? Why are you having so many fucking kids?
Twins happen. Like, twins happen in my family. And sometimes, like, it's just things within 2 years, they have 4 kids.
Then where the fuck? Oh, goodness. My parents just had the one, and they were stressed out with me. They were like, no.
I'm just saying there's different types of family.
They were like, absolutely not. They were like, no. And me, and me, I'm smart. I'm not having any kids.
Oh, well, I mean, that's your choice.
Hell no. Especially since I work at a homeless shelter, I see all these single mothers running around here, and they're stressed the hell out. They got a whole freaking litter following them like the fucking Partridge Family, and they without talent.
Well, I bet you make them laugh. I bet you do.
No. I don't talk shit to them. Like, no, stay in your misery.
Oh no, I mean to make them smile. I would imagine you have a kind heart. You don't talk about it, but you do.
Right.
Well, we won't talk about that part of your life being nice.
I don't mess with them kids. I don't feel. I don't know them kids, especially with everybody wanting to like call someone a fucking pedophile. Nah, son. Nope. Not me.
Anyway, I'll let you go because I derailed your show, and I did not have intentions.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna end it anyways. I'd like to thank everyone for listening.
Okay.
Like to thank you for calling in and having fun. And as always, from my house to your house, mahalo.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
Help the Crowd Shout Radio Show grow and thrive by doing something you already do. Shop on Amazon. Amazon always has great deals for whatever you are looking for. From survivalists and riot gear to beanie babies. Next time you're going to shop at Amazon, use my link. The prices stay the same, but I get credit for the sale. Just go to tinyurl.com/LouisB and just shop normally, knowing that you're helping support the Crowd Shout Radio Show. That's tinyurl.com/LouisB.